Okay. Okay, now this is chapter 8, strategy generation and selection. Okay. Now this chapter introduces important concepts, yeah. Concepts that all of you will be using, okay? Not all of the concepts, but they are important concepts that and these concepts can help strategists, okay? The firms that uses these concepts, their strategies generate feasible alternatives using these concepts and some techniques, evaluate those alternatives and choose a specific course of action. All right. So the use of these concepts and specific techniques by strategies of company. It also explains how to formulate effective strategies once the internal and external audits are completed. All right. So internal and external audits, we have passed this. Okay. Chapter 6 and 7. All right. So once these internal audits, external audits are completed, so strategists will then start to formulate effective strategies based on those results from the audits. So specifically, this chapter presents and demonstrates strategic planning matrices, yeah, that organizations use both for evaluation and for decision making. All right. Okay, so we are talking about strategic tools which are used to evaluate sets of strategies. Okay, so now okay now apart from this chapter also describes the nature and role of board of directors. Okay, what are their roles in strategic planning? Yeah, are they involved in decision making and so forth? All right. Okay, so um, now moving on. This this is just to recap. Yeah, we are right here. Okay, we have done our what is this? Internal audit, chapter 6, external audit, chapter 7, types of strategies, and of course the first one we have talked about the vision and mission analysis as well. So we are diving into strategy generation and selection. Okay, today these are the learning objectives for this chapter. Like I have always mentioned, okay, you need to pay attention to these learning objectives as you read your chapter. Okay, you will pay attention to discussing, finding out or discussing the strategy analysis and choice process. For example, explain the three-stage strategy formulation analytical framework and so forth. Yeah, all of these. So there are 8 learning objectives here. Okay. Now, what I would discuss today. Okay, those highlighted in yellow. All right. We will not be able to cover all of this. It's a lot of coverage. Yeah. And we have actually taken out some. Okay, we have actually taken out um, some major major topics that is relevant to the assignment. Okay, so that you all can identify how to do the assignment and things like that. So pay attention to those highlighted in yellow. Yeah, yellow, strategy analysis choice process, a three-stage strategy formulation framework, a SWOT matrix, and the QSPM. Okay, so these are I will specifically explain this today. The reason being that these are relevant to the group assignment two. Okay, which I will discuss a bit after this. All right. Of course, now having said that, you do have to read the chapter. Okay, I mean the remaining which are highlighted in blue just to understand or to basically have be curious about what those are. All right. Um, Now, these actually are tools or techniques. Yeah, starting from here, SWOT matrix, this space, BCG, IE, and Grand Strategy Matrix and QSM. These are all tools used by organization to um, to evaluate or to make decisions. Yeah, some organization could choose not to use these strategies. Okay, they may have their own. All right. In other words, these strategies are options or choices. All right. Okay, now moving on to the next slide. Slide number 4. Okay. Okay, now this particular slide informs the process of strategy analysis and decision making, or choice or selection. Yeah, is similar. So the typical process involves identifying and evaluating alternative strategies after performing external and internal audit. I have just mentioned this. All right. Now, what strategists, okay, those in the organization, decision make in the organization do not do is to consider all feasible alternatives. So or techniques. Okay, all when I mention all feasible alternatives or techniques, we are talking about SWOT, space, BCG matrix, IE, grand strategy matrix, and QSPM. All right. Now, these are all techniques, and normally strategies they do not take all of those all those alternatives because it's a lengthy process and they do not really want to spend a lot of time using evaluating using those techniques one by one. So again, like I said, it really options or choices. Yeah. Okay, now, so they do not consider all feasible alternatives that could benefit the firm because there are so many, just infinite number of possible actions and infinite number of ways to implement those actions. So that's why they needed to choose, yeah, which one is most pertinent or important to the surroundings of the organization. So now what they do normally, strategies do, is to identify and develop a manageable set of most attractive alternatives strategies to pursue. So meaning to say they have to decide. They have to decide, yeah, based on these tools. So which are the strategies that yeah um, which strategies or tool they would most likely want to partake. Okay. Now, in assignment 1, right, you analyzed a firm and assembled the vision and mission statement. This is normally the initial part of analyzing strategies. What follows are performing the audit at internal and external audit. Like I'm repeating this, and this is followed by a three-stage decision making. Okay, after the audit is followed by a three-stage decision making. Okay. This is to develop the strategy formulation framework. Okay, and this is to identify, to evaluate, and select strategies. So what happens is that a series of meeting would normally be conducted to come up with the final decision. Okay, now, so this is what a three-stage strategy formulation analytical framework look like. Okay, so there are three stages. Stage 1 is the input stage. Stage 2 is the matching stage. Stage 3 is the decision stage. Okay, so stage 1, this summarizes the basic input information needed to formulate strategies. Okay, so in this process, it consists of doing the EFE matrix. Okay, external audit. This is external audit. The IFE matrix is the internal audit, and the CPM, which is the comparative profile matrix. Comparative profile matrix is you have done this, I think. Okay, comparing, getting comparators profile and having to benchmark. Yeah. So this stage is actually making small decisions in the input matrices. Okay, small decisions like what kind of what factors, what critical factors affect the organization. Yeah, whether or not it should be taken into consideration. Yeah, it really is about the external and internal factors that relevant or important in helping strategists to generate and evaluate alternative strategies more effectively. Okay, so this is what's happening in the input stage. In stage two, which is the matching stage, this focuses on generating feasible alternative strategies by aligning the information that you've gotten from input stage, all right? Aligning key external and internal factors. So, in other words, these are also called critical success factors. So, what happens is firms can do this by adopting any one of the matrices. Okay, any one of these matrices actually, whether they would choose to do SWOT analysis, space, BCG, IE, grand strategy, yeah. So it's up to the organization or the strategies to choose which one. All right. So in our case, in this assignment two, we are choosing SWOT metrics, okay, instead of the rest. Okay. So so again, this is what's happening in the stage two matching stage. All right. So we are choosing SWOT matrix only and not the rest because it's going to be very taxing and we will not have enough time to. You will not have enough time to complete all those. Yeah, it's a very lengthy procedure. Now, stage three, decision stage, is the QSPM or quantitative strategic planning matrix. Okay, this is the last stage of this three-stage strategy formulation framework. So in here is the use of the QSPM of this tool, yeah, to reveal the relative attractiveness of alternative strategies. Okay, so in stage two, what normally happens is that uh, decision to pursue uh, two or more strategies would have to be decided, and once decided, one or two strategies right from here, it will be carried on to the QSPM. So in this stage, this is where the relative attractiveness of the alternative strategies can be revealed. Okay, decided which one of the strategies that were selected is the best one. All right. Okay, so now just to summarize, yeah, this three-stage strategy formulation framework actually is it requires integration. Okay, integration of intuition and analysis. It requires intuition and analysis from the strategist part. So in your assignment, you need to consider yourself as a strategist, okay? Because you will be evaluating the external factor, okay? Evaluating the internal factor of the organization, and also having to do the competitive profile matrix. All right, this is and excuse me. And after completing that, you will go to stage two, complete the matching stage, which is completing the SWOT matrix. Okay. And finally, having to do the stage three, decision stage. Now, it requires integration because you need to pay attention with what's going on in stage one in order for you to proceed or to continue to stage two. Okay, if you cannot, if you do not have the input from stage one, it's kind of difficult to do your SWOT matrix, right? And if you have not completed stage two, you will not be able to do your decision making stage, proceed to decision stage as well, because the information required by this in this stage are from stage one and stage two. All right. So this is what it means by integration of analysis. You're analyzing from stage one right up to stage three, and it's also an integration of intuition. Now, um, what it means by intuition is that you, at some point, as you do your IFE matrix or your matrices, yeah, you will be required to put weightage, okay? And there is no now this weightage, whether it's the weight is one, two, yeah, or two, you will have to decide. Okay, you need to use your intuition as a group. Okay, now what why the need to use your intuition is because you have analyzed the case. Excuse me, seconds. Okay. Now, what I was saying is that why the need to use your intuition is that you have analyzed the case. You have selected. You have gone through stage one, stage two to come up to stage three. Okay. So they will you will find there'll be time that you will okay have to decide like what is the weightage for this for these factors. Is it one or two, or is it it doesn't have to be considered. Yeah, so you need to work this out as a group. All right, so this is what it means by integration of intuition. So you need to work together as a group, okay, based on your intuition and analysis. What is the best? Which one is the best selection? All right. Okay. Now, this is the three-stage framework. I'm going to leave this and proceed to the next slide. The SWOT analysis, the SWOT matrix. Now, SWOT matrix, I'm not sure whether you have come across this. I suppose those who are doing HG21 probably. I'm not sure about the other programs, but I'm sure you have come across this at some point. All right. Now, now this is slide 6 and 7. Yeah, there are two slides, slide 6 and 7. This is about the SWOT matrix. Okay. Sometimes you may hear others call this SWOT analysis as well. So either way, it means it's about the same. It is basically doing the SWOT, analyzing the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Okay, and having to decide important of success factors from this SWOT. Okay, and to come up with the SWOT matrix. All right. So these are the steps to come up with the SWOT matrix. Now the next slide is the QSPM. Okay, now maybe you, for those of you who have not foreseeing this for the first time, which I doubted, but basically, SWOT matrix, what it is a framework that assess the variety of factors, yeah, that may have profound impact on the organization or the business performance. So it's either internal or external. So this is a framework to assess a variety of factors that's very important to the organization. Okay, now QSPM. This would be I think this is the last slide that I'm using here. Now, QSPM or quantitative strategic planning matrix is the one of the tools that you'll have to use, right, after completing your SWOT matrix. Okay, so after evaluating the internal, external factors, stage one, I may be repeating, but this is very important. Okay, after okay, evaluating the internal, external factors, doing the CBM stage one, you come up with the SWOT matrix, which is stage two, and finally you arrived at this stage three here, yeah, which is the decision stage or the QSPM. So in this decision stage, we can already indicate actually which alternative strategies are best to pursue. Okay, so this is where the decision is going to be made. Okay. Okay, so that is all the this is all actually I wanted to share with you for chapter 8. All right. So, like I said, I have specifically focused this for the upcoming assignment, assignment 2, so that you know how to identify, you find it meaningful, you know. Now, not to say that the rest are not important. You will find time to read all those things on your um, uh, at, at your own pace, time and pace. All right. Okay. Now, so to further help you understand chapter 8 and also which is so relevant to this assignment, I would like you to go. I would like you to pay attention to all these videos, the slides, videos, articles. They're useful links, additional readings that have been we have uploaded to Smart 3. All right, right here. So all these materials here are related to understanding strategy, generation, and selection. How you'd come up with the EF. What is this? The QSPM. All right, QSPM, and also the SWOT matrix. Okay, how you devise, how to come up with the matrices. Now, of course, we have gone through the previous chapter 6 and 7, which is the internal factor and also the external factor. The I would also equally stress that you need to go over the smart 3 as well. Okay, on chapter 6 and 7, there are relevant, very important video slides, articles that you can refer to in order to come up with the matrices. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is all for chapter 8, strategy, generation, and selection. Okay. Now, do you have any question related to this? Maybe at this point, it's a bit too early, but as you do your assignment, you will be able to identify. All right. Okay. But either way, do you have any question? Anyone? Okay, I'm reading the side message. Joanne, record the meeting. Yes, I'm recording this meeting, Joanne, so that I can share with everybody. Okay, other questions. So far, no questions. All right. So, like I said, you will have questions as you go along, as you read your relevant materials and as you start your assignment. So, if there is no question, I'm gonna discuss the assignment 2 question now. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is the assignment 2. Can you all see this? Can you all see this? And most importantly, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
All right, can see also, yeah. Thank you so much for responding. So this is assignment 2, is 40% of your grade. Okay. It carries 100 marks and translated, that's 40% of the total course. You're required to work in a group of 4 5. So you'll go back to your group. Okay, the group that you did assignment 1, so go back to the same group. Okay, and the next one are requirements that you already know. Okay, the submission of the assignment must be done between 8 to 13 June. Okay, the soft copy must be uploaded to Smart 3. Plagiarism is something that you already know, so I'm not going to go over this. Citation as well, APA format, things like that. You already know this. You advise to keep a copy of your submitted assignment for personal reference. Okay, not only for personal reference, but also, sometimes Smart 3 can get really haywire. We may require this, or the faculty may require a copy, okay, when things like this happens. Okay, objective and assignment question. The objective of the assignment is to develop your ability, students' ability to conduct a strategic case analysis on a given organization. So this is a written case analysis. What you need to do is to download the annual report of Emirates Group, okay, for the year 2020 and 2021. This is the link. Okay, this is the link. We have gotten the reports for you, so you need to download this. You can also gather other related information related to Emirates groups. All right. Um, Other references include reports of 2019, 2020. If you find this useful, so go ahead and use that. And other related information that can help you understand the whole case. All right. um, you can you can search Emirates Group website. This is the website. Okay, this is useful, so you can go ahead and have a look and browse through the information just to start you off with the idea of this assignment. Okay, you are expected to search more about the airlines industry though, so that you can basically relate what's going on. Okay, it's not just about this. It's about um, even though this annual report is of Emirates Group, but of course you do have to know about the airline industry in general. Okay. The following are the requirements. As usual, you need a cover page for this. Second requirement is the executive summary. You need to come up with the executive summary. The summary covers all contents and plays an aid to decision making. Okay, not more than 1 page. So this is not more than 1 page, and that this accounts for 6 marks. All right. So after your executive summary, you would have your table of content. Okay, do not forget your table of content. This is very important. Okay, it guides the readers to read throughout the paper. The fourth one is the coming up with the company background. A brief company background is required. That's 4 marks. Identify the vision and mission statements. That's 2 marks. This is just identifying, yeah. Okay, notice the word identify. So for the company background history, that's a total of 6 marks here, brief. And the next one is this statement of problem. So this is where I think you really need to read through. Okay, each and every one of your group members you'll have to read through so that you can describe what is the problem. You're able to describe an issue currently existing that needs to be addressed. Okay, now it says currently existing. Yeah, so this is basically referring to 2020 and 2021. Okay, and not other years like back in 2017, 2016, but relevant to 2020, 2021. All right, of course you can use other annual reports like 2019, 2020. This is very much closer, but of course when using information of the past into analyzing current case, right? You need to be careful with how you phrase your sentences. Okay. Okay. So describe an issue currently existing that needs to be addressed. That's 2 marks. What changes that cause the problem? What was going on in the organization that has caused the problem? Okay, the issue that has caused the issue. Okay, you may discuss from the perspectives of economic, political, technology, demographic, or nature. No, yeah. So any one of these perspectives. You don't have to take all. You choose one. All right, because you're going to be reading the the annual report. So annual report may focus on any of these, right? Some groups may see that okay, oh, there's an economic problem issue. There's another group would see that oh, there's a demographic issue in here or nature, yeah. So just select one, all right. Even though you see a lot of issue there, but you decide to just select one. So this is the statement of the problem. The next one is preparing the internal factor evaluation matrix. This is 15 marks. This is quite a lot. Okay, 6 and 7, 15 marks, and 15, that's 30 altogether. Okay, for IFE alone, okay, you are to identify at least 10 factors each. Each means uh okay yeah, so you identify 10 factors, 10 critical success factors for the organization, and identify 10 factors for external matrix. All right. So again, like I said, I mentioned about integration of intuition and analysis, right? This is where it comes. This is where this is what I mean. It comes in. All right, there could be so many factors. Okay, different groups would see things differently. Some group may think that may see that okay, there's a lot of economic factors. Some group may see less of this, but they see more of political factors. All right, so to the best of your knowledge of the organization of the Emirates Group, and based on your discussion with the group members, okay, based on your analysis of the Emirates groups, what are the 10 factors? Okay, you need to choose. You need to choose and decide. Okay, the 10 factors for each of these, external and internal. All right. Okay, so this is IFE and EFE. And moving on, you're also required to do the comparative analysis, your CPM, right? This is basically defining the industry. What is industry? So there's 5 marks. Okay, identifying, providing the brief profile of 2 comparators. So again, the need for you to read the annual report, okay, or reports. and identify two competitors and provide a very brief profile of these two competitors. Okay, you prepare a simple CPM. Okay, in Smart 3, there is a sample of CPM. Okay, competitor profile matrix. Okay, so you go ahead and have a look at what's uploaded. Okay, so DCPM accounts for 12 marks, okay, for comparative analysis. So in here, for this alone, comparative analysis, the marks is 22, all right, 22. 12 for CPM, identification of two competitors is 5 marks, and defining the industry, that's 5 marks, so 22 altogether. Now, moving on to the next one. Next requirement is the SWOT matrix. This is preparing the SWOT matrix. Okay. This is preparing the SWOT matrix. So you would have to come up with the SWOT factors and suggest two strategies for each quadrant. Okay. So again, this requires you to go back to reading. Like I said, there are specific readings, articles that we have uploaded on how to come up with the SWOT matrix. Okay, and where do you get the SWOT factors from to be included in this matrix? Like I briefly mentioned just now, yeah. These SWOT factors are from the stage 1. All right. So you know, this is 4 marks because it's basically moving these factors that you have analyzed and you have decided in stage 1, move it to uh, um, stage 2, matching. All right, that's why it's just 4 marks, because you have already done this, you have already decided. All right, but you must have these SWOT factors. And the next one that you needed to do here, which is the 8 marks, is suggesting two strategies for each quadrant. This is again calling you to analyze and decide. Okay, decide based on these SWOT factors that you have carried on from stage 1. Okay, you need to it's sort of like you need to reanalyze and see again which are the what's going on with these factors, and you'll have to come up with a strategy. What are the strategies? You'll have to come up with two strategies based on the factors that you have identified, you have carried forward to stage 2. Okay, what are the strategies suitable for each of the quadrant? Okay, there are 4 quadrants, SWOT, yeah, strength, a weakness, opportunities, and threat. These are the 4 quadrants. So for each quadrant, you need to have strategies. Okay, so from these 4 quadrants, you need to suggest which two strategies are very suitable. Okay, based on your discussion with the group members, based on your integrated what's that, intuition and analysis. Okay, which two strategies are best to be carried forward to stage 3? All right, so suggestion of two strategies, this is 8 marks, and carrying forward the SWOT factors from stage 1, that's 4 marks. So for this specific requirement, the total mark is 12. Okay. Now, moving on to the next one, which is the decision matrix, the QSPM, decision stage. So you will use the QSPM matrix, okay? Um, Again, I will just mention this. Okay, this actually calls you to go back to reading and go back to Smart 3. Okay, we have uploaded samples of QSPM. How you come up with how exactly you would come up with it step by step. Okay, there are step-by-step guidelines how you'd come up with each with QSPM. So So again, what basically happens in here is that you will carry forward information from stage two to be added to QSPN matrix, yeah. And of course, like I said before in your previously SWOT matrix, you have to carry two strategic alternatives. Okay, so in QSPM, this is where you select the best option. Okay, you'll have to do a little bit of calculation. You know, it's not a very complicated calculation. It's just a matter of multiplying small numbers. Okay, so this is where you will see the best option. Okay, so this is 12 marks. This is decision matrix QSPM. This is 12 marks. Now the 12 marks would actually have seeing you select the best option, and of course you need to justify as well why is it the best option. Yeah, so again, based on your educated judgment is you have analyzed the case, you have read, you have discussed with your group members, you have decided on the critical success factors, you have gone through stage one, two, and finally three. Okay, so what is your justification? You need to justify why is this the best option. All right. So again, I highly direct you to information that's provided to you, uploaded to Smart 3. Everything is there. Okay, you just have to spend time to read. Okay, to understand these materials. Okay, now moving on to the next one. This is the last one that carries weight in here. Recommendation. Okay, list and explain your recommendations on the strategies. Okay, so based on the best option that you have selected in stage three. Okay, what are your recommendations? Okay, for example, pursuing a what is this? Let's say, example, increasing market share in the China market, for example. Yeah. So, what are your recommendations? How would you? You need to what do you call that? Describe. Okay, you need to describe, explain your recommendation, and why do you think that's a suitable strategies for this option that you have decided on the stage three in here. Okay, all right. So that's 8 marks for recommendation. And references, you know what this is, okay? APA referencing style, and you need to attach any appendices that you have, anything that you have used, and you think is relevant for this study, for this case, okay? And those can be included as appendices. You go ahead and do that, right? Okay. So this is the requirement of this written case analysis. All right. Now we have also come up with the rubrics for this case analysis, right? So it's right here. Executive summary. So the weight is 1, and the marks all translate in here. What you need to pay attention in order to have a good an excellent, good, fair, or a poor responses. Yeah, so you go ahead and read this. Okay, you may also go through these materials with your group members. All right, so 100 marks altogether, and translated. This is 40%. Okay, and the last page in here is the cover page. All right, so you need a sample cover. This is a sample cover page. What is required in here is your group member's name. You must have your, you must list all your group members in here. All right, the names according to your matrix number. You need to write this as the usual. Yeah. Um, what we find problematic is sometimes sometimes there are names that are different from our list from the SMP, so it's kind of taxing to look for who exactly is this, so do get the names correct. Yeah. Okay, so this is the this is the this is your second assignment 2, a group assignment. Right? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Do you have any question? Do you have any question, anyone, regarding this assignment 2? We actually uploaded this yesterday, and then hoping that you get the look at the question beforehand, and that you'd have questions today. But even but if you do not have questions today, it's okay. You can go through the questions again and discuss with your friends, and then um, what happens after this is when you're ready to with questions, things that you don't understand, you can initiate a consultation. All right, you can initiate a consultation. You do have to let me know a day in advance. All right. You send me an email, and what you do is you tell what are your questions. Okay, which specific part of the assignment do you require help with. All right. I gather you would need, okay, not all, okay, not all would require consultation, but uh like I said, this is kind of it's kind of a lot, okay, especially on the IFE, EFE, the CP, coming up with the CPM, SWOT matrix, and QSPM, and finally deciding, okay, what are recommendations. So if you do require um, help, you need to consult at any point, okay, related to this, please go ahead and let me know. All right. Okay. Okay. So, any questions, anyone? Do you have any question? So far, all's good. Alvin, okay. Thanks for responding. What about the rest?
All good, madam.
Okay, all good. All right. So, okay, what I do is, okay, I will let you all go. All right. If you need to exit, that is totally fine. This is the first time that you're seeing this question, so you may need time, yeah, need time to go through them. All right. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, I will share this recording once I have this up. Okay, I will give it to the to your group leader to share. All right.